I think it's just us. That's fine. Hey everyone, welcome to Feelings with the Geekiary. I'm Erin. I'm here along with our admin Angel and Jamie, and we're fans. We have feelings. This is where we webcast about them. What webcast about necessarily represent the Geekiary or the webcast itself as a whole, especially since we're talking about alcohol tonight, probably the different types of events that you can find in the after hours of Comic-Con.
There's always some kind of fan party, like like a lot of shows put together parties like for their fans and all that kind of stuff, but also fan groups. Because I think Sherlocked, right, is doing yours again.
Yep, they're coming back.
Yep. So there's ones like that.
Yeah, and then there's like the more general, like sometimes themed parties, but really just like a get together. Like I know there's Two Blog, Too Furious, which I don't think is really themed really, but it's just a bunch of geeks partying. So there's those types of things too.
Just an excuse to drink, yeah.
An excuse to drink.
Well, so I have a ticket
spot. Those are typically the ones that are for free. Like the Nerd Night and the Skybound Smash the Closet Party. Those are free, but clearly more tickets than there are space. But then there's ones where you buy tickets that does guarantee you spot because you're spending money on it.
Yeah, if you paid for it, you're getting it.
Yeah.
You may still have to wait in a line, however, even if you do have a ticket. I've learned that the hard way as well. But generally, I agree with you. Things that have the RSVP verbiage, you're generally waiting to get in. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. So even her working in like marketing was enough, like she needed like her boss to get her in. So you have to be pretty important to get invited to those parties.
Some of them are a little more open, like the NBC party is invite only, but it invites press and bloggers. But then I think that there is separate events besides that one, because I know that one year when I went, suddenly the celebrities disappeared at one point, and it was just all the bloggers, which is still fun. Free drinks, free food, and you get a couple hours with the celebrities, and then all the celebrities disappear to some party that's not advertised somewhere.
Yeah, that are not announced, like until maybe the day of, and they're open to the public, and they're hard to find. And they're really fun. So
I've never gotten into one of those.
Out at you that you want to talk about a little bit, maybe you've gone to in the past, or you're planning on going this year. We can kind of talk a little.
Did you have to
like $15? And then they had a VIP also, and it's sold out now. But
who's hosting Ready Party One?
Man, you took me right off.
Sorry, because I know that's a popular one, but I don't know who is hosting it, which is interesting.
I'm not attending anything that required paying.
Jamie and we're going to Game of Bloggers, which free, but invite mostly. Invite or bloggers, so I'm not quite sure how you score an invite, just because we've always been invited. But it's free, but you do have to pay for drinks. It's not like an open bar or anything. And that's hosted by Tony Kim from Crazy for Comic-Con, and now Heroes Within, which is his clothing line. So that's a fun one.
Yeah. If you are not a blogger, you can still go. There is generally a little bit of a line to get in, depending on when in the night you go. It's a very popular party for bloggers and fans of bloggers. So I think that's a good one to stop by. So there's also, we got to mention Two Blog, Too Furious, which is SDCC Unofficial Blogs Party. That one is also a free event. I don't know how much of a line there is because I'm always usually at HopCon on Wednesday, so I've never been to any of these parties.
Game of Bloggers once, I think, right?
Did, yes. But yeah, so these Wednesday parties I like don't know anything about because I've never gotten that.
I kind of want to go to that one as well, but I'm also going to Game of Bloggers. I have a ticket for the Funimation one just because I'm a massive anime nerd. I'm sorry. I've never been to it though, so I don't know anything about it. But I got a free ticket, and then if you were part of Funimation, like I can't remember what, like you had to have a certain type of enrollment in Funimation because it's an online streaming service. You got like one ticket and a +1 or something like that. But so I grabbed kind of a general admission because I'm unfortunately not subscribed to Funimation at the moment. Maybe that'll change when Yuri on Ice comes back. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm gonna try to check it out.
Excellent.
I missed a lot of these because I was working nights this week, and it was hard for me to keep up with social media. It
was a very tough week. A lot of stuff got announced to Thursday. Lots of stuff happening on Thursday.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's probably the busiest.
About 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And it was a little controversial because it didn't show up where people thought it was going to be. And it showed up somewhere else, and then it was gone in 10 seconds.
They are?
Yeah, that is also what I have heard, Jamie. So, yeah, it's at Float at the Hard Rock Hotel, which is their pool bar. So that's kind of a prime property. And the fact that they have a limited number this year of people that are allowed in should help shorten that line or even eliminate the line to get in, which I think is very attractive to people. And I also believe it's open bar.
Pretty sure it is, and food. I'm not 100%, but I'm like 90% sure it's open bar and open food, which is why it goes in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. And the thing that really bums me out about this even more than like that I don't have a ticket, which whatever, Fandom bought Screen Junkies and oh well, it's okay. Anyway, that's a really good one. Rave of Thrones,
Yay!
which is what it used.
They were launched, and it's just admission. The $50 VIP one, which is the one I got, you don't have to wait in line, or like you go to the front of the line, whatever it is, it's a reduced line. And then you also get a $50 bar card. So it's like a much better deal to go with the more expensive one because you get $50 of alcohol. It's kind of cool. But I think that's from, I want to say like 9 to midnight, I think. But either way, it took up like the whole evening, so I can't go to any of these other millions of parties.
It is 9 to 11:30.
Oh, 9 to 11:30. Oh,
and it's always been on Wednesday in the past, and this year they've moved it to Thursday. So I will not be attending because it's not a good night for me.
Yeah, so we're doing Rave of Thrones instead. So I usually do HopCon too. I think I only missed it 1 year. This will be the second year I'm missing it because Thursday's not a good night.
No. Stone, move HopCon back to Wednesday. Another fun party that's happening is the Wayward Cocktails Party, which is the Super Wiki, I believe.
Yep. Super Wiki. Mm-hmm.
I have been to that party in the past. I've
been to it a couple times. I don't know the prices off the top of my head, but when you, I know that for the ticket price, you get a couple of drink tickets and then swag as well. And the couple of times I went, the swag was really great. I'm no longer watching the show though, so I probably wouldn't care too much about that this year. But I remember it being a pretty good deal. And if you're into the show and into the online fandom, everyone that you talk to online is basically at this party. It's really great.
Yes. It is fun. And sometimes celebrities show up.
Sometimes. There's some pictures of me in the promo image for this with why am I forgetting his name? He also Edlund, Ben Edlund, but that was kind of he wasn't really there like make a showing like to the party. It was kind of like he's secretly here kind of a thing. But I hopped on that to get a selfie, so
yes. And speaking of celebrities, I'm just going to put this out there a little bit. No matter what type of party you're going to, there's likely to be at least one celebrity there. Would you agree with that?
I would, yeah. At least most of them. I mean, like, Game of Bloggers.
You might not know who they are.
Yeah, exactly, Jamie. You may not know who they are. But you can always tell when a person is a celebrity. They like don't sweat and everybody else like melting. So yeah. And I found out, this is way off topic, but goes with my sweating comment. Botox apparently stops you from sweating. So that's why.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun in there somewhere about being hot and happy.
Yeah. No. Okay.
No.
let's just keep it moving. I'm sorry. Either of you know much about that? I know it's like a dance party. So, the annual Comic Book Legal Defense Fund party is also happening on Thursday. Another big one, the Alpha After Dark, which is the Alpha project. It's their Alpha member party, is happening that night as well. And Jamie, you've got a party that night. You've got marked down. Tell us about that.
I do. Okay. I am actually kind of excited about this because I got an invitation and I've not seen it posted anywhere. Like, I've not seen anything else about this. So I was like, that makes me feel really cool. But it's the Webtoon Green Room. It's Line Webtoon. They do like cartoons, you know. But the invitation said to join them for fabulous eats themed cocktails and a bit of gambling. So, and the invitation, the invitation, it's like the logo is like playing cards. So it like seems like it's going to be like a casino theme, I think. No word on if the food and the drinks are free, but I hope they are because I don't get paid until Friday, and so I will have no money.
Then what I have to say next will be right up your alley. It is not a party. However, McFadden's is a bar. It has a
$1 to last me until from the airport on Wednesday.
Put that out there because I think that is a really good deal. I don't a Harry Potter thing. The alternative magic school.
Actually, I did find someone posted about the Webtoon party. It's on the Bleeding Cool list of parties that they published. And it is invite only, so I feel super
You're special.
Very, very nice. It's nice. I love it when I get invited to stuff. I mean, it's so fun. People were like freaking out about this. I'm not really sure why, but
nostalgia probably.
Yeah, I was never into Neopets. I think that missed me.
Yeah.
I think that was
slightly missed me too.
Like I think I'm too old for that.
But only slightly, because people that are just a couple years younger than us are totally into it. So I don't know.
Which would explain the freaking out. Also, it's only $15 and there's free food and drinks.
It's a pretty good deal.
It is a good
Superhero Summer Fest on our list, but I honestly know nothing about that. So
yeah.
But it's on the list, apparently.
There's so many parties. Like this is really funny because like parties are my jam during Comic-Con June because nothing had been announced and I was like, I just want to go and have a good not just one.
In Hook, and he was also the voice of Zuko on Avatar. The Last Airbender.
I was gonna say another thing that's not on the list. The Skybound Smash the Closet party, but that's a day party. It's not really night. It's like 1:30 to 4:30. But there's alcohol, so I mean, I'm gonna include
It's an honorable mention.
Honorable mention for nightlife.
Or is a weird night for parties because this is when a lot of industry parties happen that are behind the scenes that you don't really know about. So the news seems a little bit light on Friday, but that's not because of lack of parties. That's just due to lack of invitations to those parties. So I'm going to have you guys kick it off with talking about Nat Geo's Nerd Night.
Yeah, so I got a ticket for Nerd Night, as did 7,000 other people, and the venue can only hold 300. So that usually in years past, while they did oversell it slightly, because of course if you're hosting an event, you slightly oversell because of cancellations. But 7,000 is a little slightly overselling it. But it is one of the most popular parties. Free drinks, free food, and tons of amazing guests. This year it's space themed, so I know there's going to be an astronaut. While I know that Neil deGrasse Tyson is part of Nat Geo, I'm not sure if he's going to actually be at the party. But he's part of the Nat Geo thing, so even if he's not at the party, he's part of their circle. But like Bobek from JPL is going to be there, the guy that had the star shaved into his head during one of the Mars missions. So yeah, it sounds amazing. But usually they would release the tickets and they would sell out. It's free, but it would sell out in like a couple of minutes, maybe even seconds. But this year it stayed open for like 12 hours and people just kept registering all day long.
Yep.
What is happening?
And now
And
they're
then
saying
hacked.
now they're saying it's hacked.
No, it wasn't.
But it's not, because during that day they said, oh, we're not capping it. And then suddenly they capped it and now they said they're hacked. So
yeah.
But regardless of the ticket kerfuffle, it is one of the most popular parties, and I am going to try it even with those insurmountable odds against me.
Hey, that's good. I have never gone, but the people go love it. So I hope you guys have a good time.
Yeah, last year I got invited and this year I didn't. So like press invite, and this year I didn't. So
yeah.
I'm a little bummed about that.
Their lack of. So their Sci-Fi is hosting some fan parties again this year, Friday and Saturday. I believe those are at the Children's Museum, and I do believe they are free. However, not free drinks.
And I think you have to wait in line for it. I don't think it's ticketed, right? I think you just show up.
Yeah, I think it's first come, first serve.
Which means there's going to be a line. But hey, if we don't get it, it's a nerd night. There you go.
I thought I read somewhere that they were going to do like a pre-registration sort of thing for those, but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah,
so
it's possible, but if so, I haven't seen the link posted anywhere. So
yeah, I don't think
it's out there somewhere.
RSVP information to come. So that's got to happen pretty soon.
That leaves in 2 days. What's to come? When?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be when you're on the airplane, like it always happens.
Yeah, it's one of the more expensive parties, but obviously worth their time. Now it's raining really loud outside. I hope you can't hear that. Anyway, obviously worth it to these people. And a lot of times the tickets go on sale for people on the Funko forums that have a certain like post count. So it really is like the hardcore Funko fanatics that get in. So that's about all I know since I haven't been to it.
Well, this year it's like 80s prom themed. So that should be interesting. I'm pretty sure there's food, and you get like a swag bag and the stuff that you get, I mean, if you don't care, like if you don't actually collect it, tends to flip for a lot.
So probably pays for your ticket.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
But that always goes in like seconds.
I'm not really into Funkos that much, although I have one like right here that you can see.
I like Funko, but not enough to pay $100 to their party.
And also Funkos, yeah. So I'm not hardcore. I'm not.
And also the Funko that you get tend to be like the Freddy Funko, like they tend to be that. So I mean, if it was something fandom, like that might be worth it for me. But although it would be nice to flip the Funkos and get the money, because previously mentioned.
What else? Oh, the Nerds of Color and Women in Comics mixer is happening. Situation happened. So we'll see. I don't even know where it's at, but I read that somewhere. But I think it's
show up at the window and like let me in.
It's at the Oxford Social Club.
I have no idea where that is.
It's yeah, I don't know either. Okay.
Oh yeah, I googled that one because we got a press release.
Yeah, it's on Fifth Avenue, so it's around. I mean, it's there. It's in that area, whatever. And then there is the last thing I think. Oh, I have two more things. The Legion Tiki Party, which is that Star Wars thing.
Yeah, 501st is a charity because 5C is the tax code nonprofit. So they're the 501st Legion. Basically a bunch of people that dress up, you know, as stormtroopers and various other things. Mostly stormtroopers though, and for charity. So they're always at my local conventions too. They're like a worldwide group. So.
Yeah, they come to New York too, so
they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I'll be 100 something. But I mean, I guess you get all the free Funko stuff. So
yeah,
I would just.
And it sounds like quite a profit if you're gonna sell them. So yeah. And one last thing is the Afrofuturism Lounge, was happening. I think that's happening Friday and Saturday. It's free, so stop by. That's all I know. Do we have anything else on Friday?
I think that's it.
I like
getting under 9. I might text you and be like, where are you at?
There's a Tron dance party. Sorry, I'm on the Bleeding Cool list. There's a pub crawl.
Oh, really?
Club crawl. Sorry, not pub. Club.
Club crawl.
One.
Yeah. Of D23, and it's sold out. So.
And that was the first one that was announced like 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Like a baby could have been conceived and born between the time it was announced and when it's actually happening.
That's how Disney is. Yeah. On Saturday night, if you're a fan of Winona Earp, yeah, so that will be cool. It's in one of the Embarcadero parks, but I'm trying to find it.
It seems there's also a Harry Potter meetup at the Tipsy Crow. If anybody is interested in that.
I might be interested. It's not sold out yet, but like it's your whole Saturday because it's a cruise.
And you're on a boat, you can't leave.
Right. That's what I mean. So like once you're on, you're like, if it's totally a bummer, you can't be like, okay, I'm ready to go on to the next thing now.
You're stuck.
You're stuck. It's also pretty expensive. So yeah. Like
that way, if it sucks and really leave, you just drive the boat. I'm sorry. I'm not even fine. This is just how I am.
You know, it's the Saturday before Comic-Con. We're all like super giddy at this point. So
I have 2 days of work.
Stupid emails on my phone, so I'm never really away. What else do we have? Oh, the Hero Within Comic-Con after party is on Saturday. I'll probably be stopping by at that one. It's at Volcano Rabbit. And so Hero Within, as Angel mentioned earlier, is the clothing line that is kind of the brainchild of Tony Kim at Crazy for Comic-Con. So that one, I believe, is free, but you have to have a badge to get in. So, yeah, cool.
There's also the Digital LA party, which I keep RSVPing for and then not making it. But that one is more of an early evening thing. So you can do that one and then go hit up other parties, because I think it's over by like 6 or 7. It's only a few hours. So if you want to party hop, that's a good one. Pre-drink there and then go drink elsewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of all these things. But
also, the club crawl is also on Saturday, and there's a pub crawl.
So there's dueling pub versus club crawls. It's like rival gangs in the street. Which crawl are you part of? Oh, it's the wrong one.
Except everyone is in cosplay. So, yeah. Oh, there's a Harry Potter meetup. Now I got to read about it. Oh, yeah, I'm not dressing up. Nope. Not a big cosplayer here.
Well, see, all you need to do, just take a wand and say you're in Muggle clothes, because honestly, like it's summer. You wouldn't be at school.
I've got the wand from Hall H from 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I actually do have a wand. Like, come on, that's like the staple.
You have like a Gryffindor shirt, don't you?
Oh yeah.
So just wand and shirt, bam, Muggle.
I have many Gryffindor shirts.
I have a Ravenclaw tie. And then
we're all different. Slytherin. Yeah. I don't have any clothing though for it. But whatever.
The tie was a gift, I think. Yeah, I've worn it like once. I keep it pre-tied because I don't know how to tie ties.
There are no puffs in this, no Hufflepuffs here. Let's just diss Hufflepuffs for that.
Oh, well, you know who is a Hufflepuff? Tara.
Oh,
she is not here.
She's not here.
She cannot defend Hufflepuff honor.
She is in a wedding tonight. Otherwise, she would be here to join us because she also likes to party. So that, yes, but she is a Hufflepuff, so cool. I was trying to see if Women in Comics annual Comics and Cocktails party, which I've completely lost all information about. So
yeah, I haven't heard of that one, but cool.
There's the Comics Online after party. It's cheaper if you go in cosplay, so you get a little bit of a discount ticket.
Okay, might be something to consider. So also, sorry, go on.
I'm trying to see where it is. I can't, but there's a link. It's on the Bleeding Cool.
Okay.
So
I'll definitely check that out.
We're name dropping Bleeding Cool a lot.
Yeah, well, I just haven't opened. Like, there are other lists, but I think that's the most comprehensive one that I've seen.
And of course, the big party that happens on Saturday is Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah.
You guys sound like Disney princesses when you sigh and you're like, yes. That's like, yeah, that's a big. I have not heard an announcement for the winner. I have heard of the contest, obviously, but not the winner. So I will have to do some research.
I never meaning to enter, but whenever I had money, I would forget, and then when I would remember, I never had money. So, and it was like, it's not even expensive. It was like $10, but
yeah. But that, I think that one's kind of a fun one to kind of scope out, not to like attend, but to like see people being ushered in and out. A couple of years ago, I stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel, which is where the party is, and there was like my room was like right above a side door, which is where they would usher people in and out of. There was just a crowd of like girls or something there the whole time. And it was also kind of fun because, yeah.
Enjoy your party.
I think we've kind of mentioned some parties are a little bit more formal than others. What's kind of your best advice? For dress code?
The vast majority of parties, you can be casual at them. I mean, most parties I've been to, it's been a mix of people that go to look nice and then people that just came from the con center in t-shirts and jeans with their badge around their neck. And then, of course, cosplay as well. The only exception I can think of off the top of my head is Rave of Thrones or whatever it wants to be called. I'm sorry, it's Rave of Thrones. I don't care. But Omnia has a very strict dress code. Like men have to wear like collared shirts, and I can't remember what they said about women, but it's like strongly implied that you have to like be in a dress or something, but you know, I can't remember exact verbiage. But I think they make an exception for cosplay since it is, you know, Rave of Thrones. I know that when it was in Atlanta, Tara went to it in cosplay. So, I can't think of any others, though, that have a dress code. Most of them are a mix.
I would wager that anything that's like free and open to the public, you can get by with casual unless the venue itself has a dress code. And then anything that is invite only, you should probably strive to dress up a little.
I like that rule, Jamie. I do. I tend to dress up a little bit when I go out during Comic-Con just because it's fun and not something I do to and shown up dressed up. I've actually had organizers thank me for dressing up. So I really like that concept that you just mentioned that, you know, earn your invite by like making an effort. That's, you know, just use your best judgment, do what's comfortable. But it is, you know, if dressing up isn't your thing, it's kind of fun to do it during
pretend
Comic-Con,
it's cosplay.
So.
Yeah, like this year, I specifically for Rave of Thrones, like I needed to dress nice, so I like went and bought a dress and like was messaging. I think was it the chat room? It's you, Aaron. I can't remember. Like pictures of my clothes. Like, is this like club appropriate? Like I don't know, but no, usually I don't have that problem, but.
Yeah, I own very few dresses. And the one party that I'm actually going to is invite. So I'm bringing a couple of options, but I'm not sure which. Like I have to. I mean, I might as well just bring all of them. I think I own like 3. So.
That's good. Don't wear your badge though, unless it's required. No. That's my advice, because don't lose it, because do you know how many people leave like their credit cards at the bar at the end of the night? Something bad can happen to that sucker. So
I lost my badge, I think in 2013 or 2014 at a party. Like I had it and I was wearing it and I decided I didn't want to wear it anymore. So I like took it off. And I thought I put it in my bag, but somehow it disappeared because I was just really drunk and it vanished. So it can happen. It happened to me and I had to go get a replacement one, which like I think cost money. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But
I think it's like $50 or something to replace your badge.
It really sucked.
Like you can do it, but it's a little expensive and probably very inconvenient. So so kind of going back to what we were talking about with like celebrities, who do you expect to see at some of these places? You know, I know it depends on the party, but or you can share an experience that you've had.
Well, I'm not a big party person. And like I tend to be the person that like RSVPs for these things intending to go and then day of decide that I don't really feel up to it. But the first Comic-Con I went to, which was 2012, I went with my friend Marky, and we went. Stan Lee like hosted a party at some nightclub, and we went, and it was like not really that great because it was way out there. I think we had to take a bus to get there. I don't even remember where it is now, but it felt very far away. And there were supposed to be celebrities there, and they ended up showing up, but when they got there, they realized how awful it was because, like, well, because all of the celebrities were in, like, this little room above the dance floor, and they never, I mean, they didn't even, like, come down and, like, make appearances. They just all hung out up there. And actually, the cast of Chuck had showed up while we were outside waiting. Oh, no, they had shuttles. They had, like, a bus that shuttled back and forth, but it was, like, I think we had to wait an hour for the shuttle to go back. And it was not fun. And while we were waiting there, the cast of Chuck showed up in like an SUV or whatever, and they all got out and they saw how crappy the party was, and they went back. That was when there were still like the Nerd Machine, like when Zach Levi was having his stuff. So they had come from that party and they actually went back to that party after they showed up. So that's the only time I've ever had that.
Yeah. So industry parties obviously are going to have a lot of celebrities because that's why they're like industry parties. But also a lot, we were talking about like themed parties, like Wayward Cocktails. I know Winona Earp once had a party, Sherlock to SDCC, which we didn't even talk about. I don't even know what night Sherlock is on this year.
I think they're just doing scavenger hunt. I don't think they're having an actual party.
Well, that explains why we didn't mention it. But like the ones that are themed for certain shows or movies, advertise that the celebrities are going to show up, but sometimes they do. Like my encounter with Ben Edlund. And then I know that one year when Sherlock was having their party, I think, I'm trying to remember who all showed up. Not Benedict Cumberbatch. He would have been mobbed.
I think it was Mark Gatiss showed up and Moffat.
You're right. Yes, they were the ones that showed up, even though it wasn't initially announced that they'd be there. They just kind of came, yeah. So things like that. If you're going specifically to hang out with a fandom, even if they're not mentioning that a celebrity from that fandom is showing up, there's a chance. There's a good chance. You know, it might not be the main star. It might be writers or producers or something. But yeah.
Yeah, and that goes back to kind of what Jamie mentioned earlier, which is some of these parties, I mean, they're going to have celebrities or people that are in the industry. You may not know who they are because they may be more behind the scenes, writers and like the music people and producers and that kind of stuff. And sometimes, I mean, my best experiences with like celebrities have been hanging out at my hotel bar, which is my favorite thing to do during Comic-Con.
Especially if you're in one of the bigger hotels, like the
unannounced party. It was yes, we all know the Jared Padalecki. I gave him his drink thing. Oh, God.
It's a story.
That was not what I would recommend doing to anyone in the future. But yeah, so even, you know, a great scene generally, and especially the Bayfront, a lot of times they do come down for her too. So, yeah, so just stop by your hotel bar. Yeah. I'm not going to tell the Jared Padalecki story.
It's been told a million times. If anyone is a fan of us, they've heard it.
Yeah. But so maybe we could kind of touch just very briefly on
people. I tend to think that if they're with their family at a restaurant or just walking down the street, clearly going somewhere, leave them alone. Like one year I ran into Osric Chow playing Pokemon Go in the gas lamp. He was obviously socializing, so I did approach him and got a picture with him. But if he was like clearly walking somewhere trying to get to an event, let him go. Parties are a whole different situation though, because the point of parties is to be social. So just don't try to like monopolize their night because everyone wants a moment with them. They're there to socialize, not just with you, but with everyone. And that's very draining. So like, it's cool to socialize with them for a minute or two, but like, don't cling like onto them for like hours. Because everyone wants to like say hi to them there, you know? So
Yeah, we always try to stress. We always try to stress at the Geekiary, like the really good rule of thumb for celebrity etiquette is if they're working, it's generally okay to approach them because they're most likely promoting something and have something to talk to you about. If they're not working, like eating a meal or in transit or, you know, getting a morning coffee or something, like generally you try to avoid approaching during those times because they're not on the clock. They're not working.
I had one situation. I was at the bar at the Marriott Marquis. I can't remember what the bar is there. And I'm trying to remember his name from Firefly. What's his name? But anyway, one of the actors from Firefly, not Nathan Fillion, Alan Tudyk. Yeah. He was there just at the bar having a drink. And so it was kind of an in-between gray area because it's a bar, not necessarily him hanging out with family, but he's not there to promote anything. So I tested the waters and I walked up to him. I'm like, are you Alan Tudyk? And he's like, yeah, but don't make a scene, you know? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I was going to ask for a picture. And he's like, that's okay. And so I took a picture and then left him alone. But like, if he would have been like, no, that's fine too. Like, you respect the no. But
that's when you just say something like, I'm a big fan. Thank you for your
Thank you. Yeah. And you walk away. But that was a gray area. And I was very grateful that he, you know, let me take a selfie because he could have denied me and that would have been 100% okay. Because he just wanted a beer.
Yeah. And you do sometimes, especially during con, you do have those gray areas. Again, it's sometimes really hard to determine like if something is okay or inappropriate or whatever, but try to use your best judgment and just like, again, don't eat up a lot of their time, respect their wishes. Like if they don't want to take a picture or whatever, then just be like, okay, cool. You know, just try. Cool. I know it's hard, you know.
A lot of us weren't ever cool, so.
Yeah. Oh, I have another celebrity story to tell. That's he wasn't going to the party, and he was in transit while I was going to a party. And it was only 30 seconds long, so there wasn't a lot of decision-making time. But I was on my way to the NBC party, and that was at the Solomar. And it was a press party, so a lot of us were professionals. It was an elevator filled with press. We're used to interviewing celebrities, but we still sometimes get starstruck. And the elevator went up to floor 3, and the doors open, and in walks Peter Capaldi. And he's like, hello, hello. And he turns back around and faces the doors as they shut, and everyone behind him is like, like, we're trying to like be cool. We're press, we're cool. And then the door opens like 2 floors later and he leaves. And as soon as it shuts, we're all like, oh my God. And then we went up to the NBC party, which again, tons of celebrities there, but like it was this just weird moment of we weren't expecting that one. And we needed to play it cool because of like the environment of it being like an exclusive area for press. So it's like, breathe, everyone, breathe.
I have a story of where in the moment of doing it, I like had that moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. And that was last year. I was at a restaurant at dinner and like the whole cast of Stranger Things was there at dinner. And that's like my favorite show. I love Stranger Things. And Geekiary, who plays Steve, was there, my friends that I was with. And then I was like, I probably should not be pointing directly at them, Erin. And so like, because it was pretty obvious that I was like
hard because your first reaction is oh
yeah. Well, I was like it was because it was like the whole cast, but it was really Geekiary and like his hair that I was like, oh my God, it's in person.
Well, it's not San Diego Comic Con related, but good luck.
Well, no, because I actually had tickets to a Niall concert and I had to give them up because my cousin is getting married. It's close enough time that I couldn't. I can't do both, so
I had to given up the wedding. Well, I mean, I'm not a fan, but like if it was
because people like the people that I was going with are like, can you just not go to the wedding? And I was like, okay,
Erin, Erin, save us.
I was like,
It's
what?
fine. I want to hear.
Well, no, because I was like, I actually like this cousin. I only have 3 cousins, and this is the cousin that I actually like. And I have another cousin that I've missed both of her weddings. One for an in concert, and then one because she had it last year while I was at Comic-Con. So it's like, I feel like I have to go to this cousin's wedding, and my entire family is going. I can't just not go. So. Yes. It's a bummer. But I actually had, I mean, it wasn't at Comic-Con, it was at a convention, but I did have in a hotel bar encounter. I was at a Doctor Who convention, and Eyes of from Torchwood was sitting beside me in the bar because it's Chicago TARDIS. I don't know if anybody's heard of Chicago TARDIS, but it's always Thanksgiving weekend. And I'm a big college football fan, and my alma mater, our big rivalry game is Thanksgiving weekend. And so I had told my friend that I was there with, like, this is awesome. I'm just warning you that for that game, I'm going to be in the bar watching the game. And so I was sitting there watching the game, and I was imbibing alcohol, and so I was getting progressively more and more into the game. And he was sitting like 2 seats over, watching me get like super into this game. And so then he just like slid over and like asked me about it because he's not familiar with college football. So I was trying to explain it to him and not be completely falling over myself like drunk at him. So that was fun. So he came up to me. That was fun.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, I love Torchwood, so I'm very, very jealous, and I'm gonna need to know more details. Okay. Do we have any like final advice that we can give people about nightlife during Comic-Con?
Have fun, hydrate, and just like, I would temper expectations. I mean, like, just try to do what you want to do, and if it doesn't work out, you may be able to find something else. So don't like get discouraged. If you have to wait in line, compete for 7,000 people to get into a 300 person venue.
Spots.
I hate standing in line, and my 2 favorite things in the world are stupid Comic-Con and Disney World. I'm a walking contradiction. Yep. But I just wasn't feeling it, and so I left and found something else and had the time of the whole week. And so definitely like be flexible. Don't be afraid to leave a party that you're just not having a good time at, because the whole point is to have a good time. So and then also I'm gonna reiterate, don't take your badge unless it's required. And also, if you are taking your credit card back in your whatever is carrying it, don't leave it. That's just good advice. So, Angel?
I don't have anything else to add, really. So, yeah, see some of you at the parties, maybe. Karen.
Yes, we will be out and about. Yeah. Our San Diego Comic-Con preview night webcast, which is like our 4th annual.
Yeah, I think I said 5th, but I think it's 4th.
That's okay.
So I'm sorry, my advertisements are wrong.
We've been doing it for a while, so be sure to join us for that webcast. It will be live from San Diego on coming Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific. We will be doing that again live from San Diego. Preview night.
Dan will be there and Kai will be there. So
yes,
it'll be a full show.
Yep.
And of course, Fargo. Kai's will be there too.
Oh yeah. Yes. We always have animal guests on the webcast. So Comic-Con is no exception. All right. So safe travels this